Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like someone was saying something to you without ever opening their mouth? That's the power of unspoken attraction. A man who's secretly drawn to you won't always declare it out loud, but his actions, his presence, those are his love letters. Let me break this down for you. Body language is a language of its own, an unspoken dialogue that often conveys emotions and intentions more powerfully than words ever could. When a man is secretly attracted to someone, his body becomes a storyteller, revealing truths he may be too hesitant or unsure to express verbally. These subtle, often subconscious cues can provide insight into his feelings, and recognizing them can help you understand what's left unsaid. One of the most telling signs is how his eyes behave around you. You might catch him stealing glances when he thinks you're not looking, his gaze lingering just a second too long. It's as if his eyes can't help but seek you out in a crowded room. Even when he tries to play it cool, there's a magnetic pull that draws his focus to you. If you notice him quickly looking away when you catch him staring, it's not out of disinterest, it's likely a combination of admiration and nervousness. The way he positions himself when he's near you is another giveaway. A man who's secretly attracted to you will naturally lean in when you speak, closing the distance between you. This subtle movement isn't just about hearing you better, it's an unconscious desire to be closer, to bridge the gap that separates him from you. His feet might point toward you, a little known but significant indicator of where his attention truly lies. Even in a group setting, his body will instinctively orient itself in your direction as if drawn by an invisible thread. Mirroring is a fascinating and often unnoticed aspect of body language. When a man is attracted to you, he might unconsciously mirror your movements and posture. If you cross your arms, he may do the same. If you tilt your head while listening, he might mimic the gesture. This mirroring is a subconscious way of creating a sense of connection and rapport, reflecting his desire to align with you on a deeper level. It's as if his body is trying to say, "We're in sync." Fidgeting is another clue that can reveal his feelings. Attraction often brings with it a mixture of excitement and nervousness, and this emotional cocktail can manifest physically. He might play with his hands, adjust his clothing, or touch his face more frequently when he's around you. These small, seemingly insignificant actions are his body's way of releasing nervous energy and coping with the vulnerability of being in your presence. The expression on his face can also tell you more than you might realize. When he's around you, his smile might be broader, more genuine, and more frequent. You might notice a certain lightness in his demeanor, as if your presence brings out a joy he can't quite contain. Even when he's not smiling, his expressions might soften, his eyes might light up, and his brows might subtly raise when he looks at you, all indicators of genuine interest and admiration. Touch is another powerful element of body language that often signals attraction. A man who's secretly drawn to you may find small, seemingly innocent excuses to make physical contact. A light touch on your arm during a conversation, a pat on the back, or a quick brush of his hand against yours can all be ways he tries to establish a deeper connection. These touches are often fleeting and understated, but they carry a weight of intention behind them. Distance, or the lack thereof, is equally telling. A man who's attracted to you might unconsciously step into your personal space, reducing the physical barriers between you. This closeness isn't invasive. Instead, it feels natural, as if he's drawn to you by an unseen force. Even in situations where he has plenty of room, he might choose to stand or sit just a little closer than necessary. A man's body language speaks volumes, often revealing what words cannot. These cues, though subtle, are deeply rooted in human nature, providing an honest glimpse into his feelings. Recognizing these signs allows you to see the emotions hidden beneath the surface, a quiet yet powerful declaration of attraction written in the movements and gestures of his body. When a man is secretly attracted to you, one of the clearest indicators is his ability to notice and remember the small details about you, things that others might overlook or dismiss as insignificant. This attention to detail isn't a coincidence. It's a reflection of his deep interest in you and his genuine desire to connect on a meaningful level. While words and gestures can be rehearsed or deliberate, This habit of picking up on the little things is often subconscious and sincere, revealing the depth of his feelings. You may find that he remembers conversations you've long forgotten. Maybe you mentioned your favorite dessert in passing weeks ago, and the next time you're together, he surprises you with it. Or perhaps you talked about a childhood dream, and he brings it up again, showing that he's been paying attention not just to your words, but to the essence of who you are. This ability to recall and act on seemingly trivial details demonstrates that he values what you say, no matter how small or fleeting it might seem at the time. This attentiveness extends to noticing changes about you. Did you try a new hairstyle or wear a color you don't usually wear? He'll pick up on it, and he might even compliment you in a way that feels genuine and specific. It's not about generic flattery, it's about showing you that he's tuned into you. He sees you in a way that goes beyond the surface, recognizing even the subtle shifts in your appearance or mood. His attention to detail also shows in the way he tailors his behavior to your preferences. If you once mentioned that you don't like loud places, he might suggest quieter venues for your outings. If you're a coffee enthusiast, he'll remember how you take your coffee and bring it to you just the way you like it. These thoughtful gestures, while seemingly simple, require effort and a level of attentiveness that goes beyond casual interest. They're his way of showing that he cares about your comfort and happiness. Another telling sign is how he responds to your emotions. He'll notice if you're having a tough day, even if you don't say anything explicitly. A slight change in your tone or demeanor won't escape his notice, and he'll instinctively try to lift your spirits or offer support. This sensitivity to your emotional state reveals not just attraction, but a deeper concern for your well-being. He wants to be there for you, to be someone you can rely on. The way he listens is also a significant indicator of his interest. When you talk, he's not just hearing your words, he's absorbing them. He maintains eye contact, asks follow-up questions, and remembers the things you've shared. This isn't the kind of listening that's done out of politeness, it's the kind that stems from a genuine desire to understand and know you better. He's not distracted or looking for an opportunity to speak. His focus is entirely on you and what you're saying. Even his gifts, if he gives them, are likely to reflect his attention to detail. They're not generic or impersonal. They're thoughtful and tailored to your tastes and interests. Whether it's a book by your favorite author, a playlist of songs he knows you'll love, or something that reminds you of a special moment you shared, his gifts reveal that he's been paying close attention to what makes you unique. This attentiveness isn't limited to grand gestures or special occasions. It's present in the everyday moments, in the way he remembers your routines, your likes and dislikes, and the things that make you laugh. It's in the way he notices the effort you put into things, from your work to your appearance, and acknowledges it with genuine appreciation. It's in the way he shows you, through countless small actions, that you're always on his mind. These details, though small, carry immense weight because they reveal the care and thoughtfulness behind them. They're his way of expressing feelings that words might fail to convey, a quiet yet powerful declaration of his attraction and admiration for you. Nervous energy is one of the most telling signs when a man is secretly attracted to someone. It's an involuntary response to the excitement, vulnerability, and tension that come with being near someone he finds captivating. This nervousness doesn't necessarily stem from a lack of confidence. Rather, it arises from his heightened emotions and desire to make a good impression. While he might try to appear composed, his body and behavior often betray him, offering subtle clues about his feelings. One of the most noticeable manifestations of nervous energy is fidgeting. When he's around you, he might find it difficult to stay still. His hands may play with objects nearby, like a pen or his phone, or he might adjust his clothing repeatedly. These small, seemingly insignificant movements are his way of channeling the nervous energy coursing through him. It's as if his body needs an outlet for the tension that builds up in your presence. His speech patterns can also reveal his nervousness. He might stumble over his words, lose his train of thought, or talk faster than usual. Alternatively, he could pause awkwardly, searching for the right thing to say, because he's overthinking his words in an effort to impress you. This verbal clumsiness isn't a sign of disinterest or a lack of articulation. It's a reflection of how much he cares about saying the right thing. You might even catch him laughing at things that aren't particularly funny, using humor as a way to mask his unease. Physical cues are another giveaway. Sweaty palms, a slightly flushed face, or a rapid heartbeat are all physiological signs of nervous energy. These reactions are hard to control because they're triggered by the body's natural response to heightened emotions. If he's attracted to you, the mere act of being in your presence can cause his body to react in ways that might seem out of character for him. He may even avoid prolonged eye contact, not because he's uninterested, but because looking directly at you feels overwhelming. Posture and movement often change under the influence of nervous energy. He might shift his weight from one foot to the other, tap his fingers on a surface, or cross and uncross his legs while sitting. These movements, while subtle, are his body's way of managing the excitement and anxiety of being close to you. You might also notice that he occasionally retreats into a quieter demeanor, appearing momentarily distracted. This could be him trying to regain composure, collecting his thoughts in an attempt to present himself in the best possible light. Despite these outward signs of nervousness, there's often a clear effort to appear confident. He might straighten his posture, make an extra effort to smile, or adopt a lighthearted tone in conversation. However, this attempt at self-assurance can sometimes contrast with his nervous behaviors, creating a charmingly awkward mix of confidence and vulnerability. It's this very juxtaposition that often makes his feelings even more evident. His nervous energy might also reveal itself in his reactions to you. If you tease him playfully or compliment him, he could respond with a shy smile, a quick laugh, or even a sudden change in the subject. His reactions may seem exaggerated, as if he's unsure how to handle the attention without giving too much away. These responses, though subtle, often highlight his attraction and the effort he's putting into navigating his emotions. Another aspect of nervous energy is his heightened awareness of his surroundings. He might seem overly alert to what you're doing or saying, hanging on to your every word. Even the smallest gestures or remarks from you can elicit a noticeable reaction, as if he's hyper-tuned to your presence. This level of attentiveness is his way of staying engaged and connected, even if it sometimes makes him appear slightly on edge. In many cases, nervous energy is accompanied by a deep sincerity in his actions. While he may fidget or stumble over his words, his underlying intentions are genuine and heartfelt. This nervousness, far from being a flaw, is a reflection of how much he values the connection he feels with you. It shows that he cares deeply about your opinion and wants to be seen in a positive light, even if it means occasionally revealing his vulnerability. His nervous energy, though unpolished, is a raw and honest expression of his attraction. When a man is secretly attracted to you, one of the clearest signs is how much he prioritizes your happiness. This isn't about grand, showy gestures, but rather a consistent effort to ensure you feel valued, supported, and comfortable. His actions often reveal a deep concern for your well-being, even if he doesn't openly express his feelings. It's in the little things he does and the subtle ways he adjusts his behavior to put your needs and emotions above his own. You might notice that he goes out of his way to make your day easier, even in small ways. If you're carrying something heavy, he'll instinctively offer to help. If you mention a task you're struggling with, he might jump in to assist or find a solution for you. These gestures aren't performed with an expectation of acknowledgement or reward. They're simply his way of showing that he's paying attention to your needs and wants to be there for you. He'll also make an effort to ensure you feel comfortable and at ease in different situations. Whether it's making sure you have a seat at a crowded event, checking that you're warm enough in a chilly room, or simply asking if you're okay, his focus is on your well-being. These small acts of consideration often go unnoticed by others, but they speak volumes about his feelings. They show that your happiness is always on his mind, even in situations where he could easily focus on himself. Another way he prioritizes your happiness is by being attuned to your emotions. He notices when you're upset or stressed, even if you haven't said anything directly. If he senses that something is bothering you, he'll check in with a simple, "Are you okay?" Or "Do you want to talk about it?" This concern isn't superficial. He genuinely wants to understand what's troubling you so he can help, even if it's just by offering a listening ear or a shoulder to lean on. When you're happy, his own mood seems to lift. He takes joy in seeing you smile, and he'll go out of his way to make that happen. It could be through a thoughtful gesture, like bringing you your favorite snack, or through humor, making silly jokes just to hear you laugh. He's not doing these things to impress you or gain favor, but because your happiness genuinely matters to him. It's as if your joy has become intertwined with his own, and seeing you in a positive state brings him fulfillment. His willingness to put your preferences first is another indicator. When making plans, he's likely to defer to your likes and dislikes. If you prefer a quiet evening at home over a night out, he'll happily adjust. If you love a certain type of cuisine, he'll make sure to suggest a restaurant that serves it. These decisions might seem minor, but they're his way of showing that your preferences hold weight in his life. Even when it comes to his own time and energy, he'll often prioritize you. If you need help with something, he's likely to rearrange his schedule to be there. If you're going through a rough patch, he'll make himself available, even if it means sacrificing his own plans. This selflessness isn't about obligation or duty, it's a reflection of how much he cares and how invested he is in your well-being. He also celebrates your successes and joys as if they were his own. When you achieve something, no matter how big or small, he'll be one of your loudest cheerleaders. He'll take genuine pride in your accomplishments, and his enthusiasm will be evident in the way he talks about you to others or supports you in private. His excitement isn't performative, it's a testament to how much your happiness resonates with him. In moments of difficulty, his dedication to your happiness becomes even more apparent. If you're feeling down or facing a challenge, he'll do everything he can to lift your spirits. Whether it's offering words of encouragement, distracting you with something fun, or simply being there to hold space for your emotions, his actions show that your happiness is his priority. Even when he doesn't have all the answers, his presence and effort are his way of showing that you're not alone. Ultimately, this unwavering focus on your happiness is a quiet but powerful declaration of his feelings. It shows that your well-being matters deeply to him, and that he's willing to put in the effort to ensure you feel valued and supported. These consistent, thoughtful actions are his way of expressing affection without needing to say the words out loud. When a man is secretly attracted to you, he often finds excuses to be close to you. This closeness isn't just physical, it's emotional too. Whether he's aware of it or not, his subconscious drive to be near you manifests in countless ways, often through small, seemingly innocent actions. These moments may appear casual, but they are often deliberate attempts to bridge the gap between you and create opportunities for connection. One of the most common ways he tries to be close is by creating opportunities to be in your presence. He might linger longer than necessary in places he knows you'll be, like the break room at work, a favorite cafe, or even social gatherings where he wouldn't normally stay late. He's not stalking or intruding, but simply gravitating toward you, drawn by a quiet desire to share space with you, even if it's from across the room. If you're part of the same group or community, he might offer to help you with tasks, projects, or responsibilities, whether it's assisting you with something heavy, volunteering for a shared activity, or stepping in to help with technical issues. He finds reasons to interact with you. His offers of assistance may seem like kindness, and they are, but they're also ways to spend more time with you, to be close without making it obvious. He might subtly close the distance between you. Whether you're seated or standing, he'll naturally position himself closer than he would with others. It might not be immediately noticeable because he does it in a way that feels organic and unforced. This proximity isn't accidental. It's his way of deepening the connection, creating a bubble where the world around fades and the focus is just on the two of you. Another clear sign is how he uses physical touch as a means of closeness. These touches are always light and fleeting, never overstepping boundaries. He might brush his hand against yours when passing you something, pat you on the back in congratulations, or find a reason to high-five you over something trivial. These moments of contact are subtle but meaningful. They're his way of testing the waters, expressing his feelings through touch while still keeping things platonic enough to avoid making you uncomfortable. He also seeks out shared experiences, no matter how mundane or exciting they may be. If you mention you enjoy a particular hobby or activity, he might suddenly express interest in it too. Whether it's joining the same gym class, showing up at a mutual friend's event, or even watching a show you like, he's finding ways to align his world with yours. These shared experiences allow him to spend time with you in a way that feels natural and unforced, creating opportunities for you to bond over common interests. You might notice that he remembers little details about your schedule or preferences and uses them to create moments of closeness. For example, if he knows your favorite coffee shop or the time you usually take a break, he might just happen to show up there. These coincidences aren't always random. They're often well thought out ways to cross paths and share moments that feel spontaneous yet meaningful. Even in group settings, he'll find ways to position himself near you. Whether it's choosing the seat next to yours or maneuvering through a crowd to end up beside you, his instincts guide him to stay within your orbit. If the group is having a discussion, he might direct his comments primarily to you, using the conversation as a way to engage with you more personally. His actions often extend beyond physical presence to emotional closeness. He'll look for excuses to start conversations, even about trivial things, just to hear your voice or learn more about you. He might ask for your opinion on something, share a funny story, or discuss a topic he knows you're passionate about. These interactions are his way of creating a deeper connection and making himself a part of your world. You might also notice that he uses humor or lighthearted teasing as a way to be close to you. Making you laugh becomes a priority, as it creates a bond that feels intimate and unique. By sharing these moments of joy, he's not only bringing you closer together, but also creating memories that he hopes will linger in your mind. In every excuse he finds to be near you, his actions reveal a genuine interest and attraction. It's not about grand gestures or dramatic declarations, but about the quiet, persistent ways he makes you a part of his life. These moments of closeness, though subtle, speak volumes about his desire to connect and be more than just a passing acquaintance. They show that he values your presence and cherishes every opportunity to be near you, even if he can't yet find the words to express how he truly feels. When a man is secretly attracted to you, one of the most genuine ways he expresses his feelings is through his unwavering support and encouragement. This behavior goes beyond superficial compliments or fleeting gestures. It's rooted in his desire to see you succeed, thrive, and feel confident in yourself. His actions often reflect a deep-seated care for your happiness and well-being, as well as a subtle yet consistent effort to be a source of positivity and strength in your life. You may notice that he takes a genuine interest in your goals and aspirations, no matter how big or small they are. Whether you're pursuing a major career milestone, working on a personal project, or tackling everyday challenges, he's there to cheer you on. He listens attentively when you share your dreams and ambitions, offering thoughtful advice, or simply providing a sounding board for your ideas. His encouragement isn't generic or empty, it's specific, tailored to your unique strengths and potential, showing that he's been paying close attention to what matters most to you. His support often shows up during difficult times. When you're facing obstacles or feeling overwhelmed, he steps in with words of reassurance and practical help. He might remind you of your past successes, helping you see your own resilience and capability. If you're doubting yourself, he'll counter those doubts with affirmations of your worth and ability. His belief in you feels steady and unwavering, creating a sense of stability that can be incredibly comforting during moments of uncertainty. This encouragement extends beyond words to actions. If you need help with something, he's quick to offer his time and energy, often going above and beyond to ensure you have what you need to succeed. Whether it's helping you prepare for an important presentation, assisting with a difficult task, or simply being present to offer emotional support, he finds ways to show that he's invested in your success. These gestures, while sometimes small, are a reflection of how much he values your happiness and wants to see you flourish.